Yo, how's it going, broskies? It's your boy Lofi here, and I got another story time for you guys, and this one is pretty crazy. But before we get into that, if you guys could drop a fat like on this video and subscribe if you're new, I'd really appreciate that. Also, make sure to check out my Twitch. I'm gonna be streaming later on tonight, and you guys should go check that out. I'm not good at games, but I'm sometimes funny, so yeah, link in the description. So one day, my girlfriend decided to give me a little bit of surprise, and you know, it was honestly a pretty cool surprise. She popped my cherry, and not the cherry that you're thinking about. She popped my concert cherry. Never been to one. And she was like, "You never been to a concert?" And I said, "No." And the very next day, she decided to buy us tickets to go see Dayglow live. For those of you who don't know who Dayglow is, it's a band, kind of. It's mostly one dude who writes and does everything, and he just hires other, you know, people to play the other instruments live and stuff. He honestly makes really vibey music. I recommend you check it out. I'll link a playlist full of all my favorite songs by him down below. But yeah, she bought us tickets to go see Dayglow live, and I was like, dude, this is awesome. I can't wait. So the day came, we were gonna go that night. You know, she came, picked me up, and I was like, hey, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to go get drunk before we go to this concert, because I knew anytime that any venue, at any concert, any like special event, the drinks there are gonna be pretty expensive. So I decided to go to the store, and yes, I was of age at this time. I was 21. This is only about a couple of weeks ago. So I went into the store and I bought a 4-pack of those little like bottles of alcohol that's like I don't know, that's really strong, that you just chug them bitches and you get really drunk. So as we were driving there, I was just chugging these down. I chugged 2 on the way there, and then yeah, we were vibing, you know. Well, I guess I was vibing. I was sitting there, you know, we're listening to some music, we're in the car, we're just chilling, you know. Now there's a pretty long drive because I currently live in the middle of nowhere, Texas, right? There's nothing around for miles. Like, my neighbor literally has goats. Like, I walk down the street and I see a bunch of goats, you know, just screaming at me. It's pretty insane. Not used to it because I grew up in the city, but yeah, so this drive was pretty far out. So as we get into downtown of the city where the concert was, this crackhead comes up to us at a stoplight and starts banging on my girlfriend's window on the driver's side, trying to get her to roll down the window, screaming something I don't even know. She was clearly high, tweaking, screaming some weird stuff about vaccines, 5G towers, and whether or not we could get her a loan so she could start a crack business, okay, something like that. I really don't know. I was already pretty drunk at this point. So I look this crackhead dead in the eyes, crack open that other little bottle, and start drinking it right in front of her as the light turns green and we speed off. And I look behind us and I see the crackhead trying to run after our car and then eventually stop, turn around, and go the other direction. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty scary at first, being downtown in the middle of a big city and having a crackhead come up to your car, screaming at you, banging on your window. Yeah, pretty crazy. But after a couple minutes, you know, I decided to just laugh it off. Like, haha, crackhead's being dumb. Little did I know. So the parking lot we were supposed to go to was a couple of blocks away from where the actual concert was being held, and it wasn't that far from where we were at when the crackhead came up to our car. It was literally like right down the street. So we get into the parking lot. I tell my girlfriend, hey, give me a couple of minutes. I need to finish chugging the rest of this drink so that you know, I don't get caught trying to sneak alcohol into a concert. You know, that's usually a big no-no. Regardless of the fact that I was of age, they usually never let you bring in outside food or drinks, and I wasn't gonna shove this thing up my butthole, pull a Rick and Morty, okay? Like, I really just wasn't vibing with that, so I decided to, you know, just drink the rest of it in the car. But as it was getting close to, you know, for the concert to actually start, we decided, hey, I'll just drink it on the way, you know, walking over there. So we get out the car. I'm still drinking the rest of this bottle because at this point I'm pretty drunk and I can't chug anymore because, you know, after a certain point of getting drunk, you just can't chug stuff. Or maybe it's just me and I'm a bitch, but I just couldn't. So we get out, you know, we grab our masks and stuff because safety first, and we start walking over to where the concert is. You know, I'm just trying to drink my drink, and this crackhead, the same crackhead that we saw at the stoplight, walks around the corner. She was all out of breath, all huffing and puffing. She just points at us and says, "You." But I guess she was pointing more at me, so we decided to, you know, walk the other direction, you know, find another way out there. We just start, you know, speed walking a little bit, and yeah, crackhead starts to follow us. Now at this point in time, I'm thinking, dude, this is really weird. Like, I'm just trying to go to this concert and vibe, and we look behind us, and the crackhead starts sprinting towards us. Like, I'm not even joking, like full on get out sprint, all creepy like. It literally felt like a dream. This chick was probably the fastest crackhead I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, the literal Usain Bolt of crackheads, okay? Like, if she hadn't been on crack, she would probably be able to be in the Olympics. And so then me and my girlfriend start running too. We're not trying to, you know, get caught up by this crackhead, okay? We were both kind of scared. I grab her hand. I'm just like, all right, come on, let's go. And my drunk ass didn't know where we were going, so I lead us into an alleyway because we were downtown in a city that I'd never been in before, and I don't know where we're going. So I lead us into this alleyway. This crackhead just comes up, and I'm like, oh my god, we're about to get mugged or something, dude. And the crackhead pulls out like a makeshift shank. It was like a toothbrush that she had shaved down on the pavement to make a little pointy thing. She says, "Give me your wallet." And I'm like, what? She's like, give me your wallet. I'm sitting there laughing. I'm just like, dude, are you serious? And like, the crackhead comes up to me, puts the little makeshift shank on my chest and says, you better give me your wallet or I'm gonna slice and dice ya. And I'm just like, at this point, like, I could take it seriously, dude. She just looks so dumb saying all of that. It sounded like a goddamn cartoon character. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen that movie, the Batman Returns, the animated one, where, like, you know, Bruce Wayne is super duper old and he fights Superman. You know, the bad guys in that show? Yeah, the ones where like, slice and dice. It sounded exactly like that. So I just start laughing in this crackhead's face while she's about to stab me. And she looks at me and says, do you think this is funny? You think this is funny? I'm trying to rob you. And I'm just like, yeah, I think this is funny. Like, you're a crackhead. I said it to her face. You're a crackhead and you don't even have a real knife trying to rob us, dude. Like, you really think this is gonna work? I'm not afraid of you. And I really wasn't at that point because, like, the way that she was saying all of her words, it just made the entire situation not like serious, you know what I mean? And I look back at my girlfriend and she's just like terrified, like, just full of fear, and I'm just sitting there laughing. I think she was more afraid of the fact that I wasn't taking this seriously than the crackhead herself. And I just look back at the crackhead and she had pulled her hand back to try and stab me. And as she does, I move out the way, grab her arm, and judo throw her over my shoulder, and her head hits the pavement and she gets knocked out. For those of you who don't know, I did martial arts for pretty much my entire life. Got my black belt in karate, did judo and jujitsu for like 3 years. And I don't know, it was like instinct, dude. I haven't trained in about 5 years, and I don't know. I just sidestepped that shit, grabbed her arm, and did boop. I don't even know how I pulled that off. It's even while drunk, dude. It's just like instinct, man. And at that point, like, you know, I'm sitting there huffing and puffing in disbelief. I'm just like, oh my god, did I just do that? My girlfriend's like, oh my god, you're so hot right now. Kiss me. No, okay, that didn't happen. But she's just looking at me in disbelief, looking back in between me and the crack, and she's like, oh my god, should we call the police? And I'm like, nah, this person just kind of deserves to be knocked out and made fun of. Like, she's gonna wake up and just realize that some drunk kid messed her the fuck up. I don't know, that was good enough for me. So I was just like, we're gonna be late to the concert, I don't want to deal with cops, let's just go. So we open up Google Maps, we head to the concert, and yeah, as I was standing in line, I chugged the rest of the bottle, threw it underneath a fence, and started talking to one of the police officers who was just like, what race are you? And like, you know, I'm sitting there vibing with this cop, dude, as we get to the concert. I'm just like, yeah, you know, I'm like mixed with a bunch of different shit. You know, she gave me a fist bump and stuff. We got in there. I had a really good time, and it was awesome, dude. Honestly, the happiest day of my entire life, you know. I don't know if everybody's first concert experience is like that, but literally, I don't think I'll ever be happier again for the rest of my entire life like that. I think I peaked that night. Pulled off some Batman level shit, and I just had a bunch of fun. Like, I really don't know how I'm gonna ever top that night, ever. To this day, I still don't know how that crackhead found us in that exact parking lot. Maybe she had some super crackhead powers, okay? Have you seen those videos where the crackheads are, like, taming rats and, like, having superhuman powers, like, being super strong? I don't know, maybe her superhuman power was, like, planting a mental tracker on stuff, and she could just find people. I don't know, crackheads are resourceful, man. It's insane. But yeah, moral of this story is, if you're gonna fight a crackhead, get really drunk, because then your superpowers will kick in and you'll fight in the style of the drunken fist, like from Naruto, and it'll be really litty McTitties. Okay, no, but seriously, carry a gun. You know, I wish I had a gun in that instance, because dude, I could have gotten stabbed and died. There's probably AIDS on that shank, man. I could have gotten AIDS, man. Jesus Christ, I didn't even think about that till now. Oh man. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this storytime video, smash a fat like on it and subscribe if you're new. I'd really appreciate that. Gonna try to upload daily. Yeah, daily storytime videos, dudes. Let's go. Seriously though, guys, hope you all had a fantastic day. I've been Lofi. Peace out, broskies.